Hey everyone, this is Dark Lumia, and in this video I'm going to be bringing you guys a kill from Heroic Cho'gall on 10-man. But before I get into the kill footage, I want to show you guys the spec that I use specifically for Heroic Cho'gall and controlling the ads. And here it is right here. It's 331.7. What I do is I take 2 points out of Bestial Discipline and 2 out of Frenzy, and I put them into Improved Serpent Sting and Entrapment, and that allows me to obviously control the ads better. I put 2 points in Bombardment and 1 in Silencing Shot. I don't put any in Concussive Barrage or Rapid Killing, but that they are feasible. You could do them as well. And the other thing that I want to show you guys is a macro that I use specifically to help to break out people that are worshipped on Cho'gall. And what it does is it drops your current target, targets the nearest enemy player, which is the MC'd people, and casts your interrupt, and then it retargets whatever you were targeting before. And here that is right here. I'll put a copy and put it in the description as well, so you guys can check that out if you want. But it's really beneficial, and you'll see me use it twice in my video. So it's really helpful, especially when somebody's stranded far away and nobody can get the interrupt. And the really funny thing that actually happened on the kill this week is I tamed a raptor pet right before we were about to go in and do it, and this is the first time I pulled him out to do Heroic Cho'gall. And since it's the first time I brought him out with this spec, he was unspec'd, and I did this right after the pre-call of the wild, which you'll see right here, so I didn't have time to spec it or anything like that. So I actually do the kill without my pet having any talents or anything. So I don't have call of the wild or any of that. I just have the pre-call of the wild from when I did that right before the pull. So that's pretty funny, but we still managed to get through it. I think I ended up doing like 22k still with an unspec'd pet. So I thought that was pretty humorous. But the differences on Heroic mode, you'll see there's these elementals that will spawn, and what our mage does is he just usually takes them down by himself, especially when we're all stacked like this. And whenever he needs help, he'll usually call for our boomkin to put in some damage on it, or myself. When the corrupted adherents are out, it's just our boomkin who helps him with it. But if you don't DPS them down and they get to the boss, they will buff him. So you need to make sure that they go to 0 health, but you want to make sure you don't over DPS them and waste DPS, because Cho'gall is, it's pretty DPS intensive. You want to make sure you push it in about 4 of the little ooze phases, so you got to be smart with how you do it. And obviously the big thing is when people get worshipped, they will put a stack on a buff they'll give to the boss, and what you need to do is interrupt before they put the buff on him. So you need to be really quick with getting rid of worships, which happens right there. I get out real quick. And I get the misdirect on the corrupted adherent, and they put him into position back by the stairs, and we just kill him over there. And that's pretty much it for the entire first phase. There's a lot of things that you have to deal with though. You want to be obviously moving out of the crashes, don't stand in fire, and prioritize the ads over anything else. And in addition to, obviously, I use Silencing Shot whenever I can on MC'd people. It's preferred over Scatter, but because it doesn't have a short range or anything like that. But the first set of ads I will actually get MC'd for, and I'm not even able to get a multi-shot on them because our boomkin's in Eclipse and he just kills them really quickly, so I just get right back on the boss. The whole fight is about rapid ad switching. To be honest, you really need to be quick with it to maximize your DPS uptime, and you want to be moving your pet from ad to ad, so make sure that you actually have a macro that allows your pet to attack and cast dash or dive. And I do that so that I don't overuse dash so much, but I want to make sure that he gets it when he's going to new ads and that kind of stuff. And you'll see from time to time I am DPSing the fire elementals, especially if I get an instant aim shot proc, then I can just hit it, and it's a DPS increase as well as helping out where necessary. But yeah, for when we get the second set of ads and the third set, it's usually just me and the boomkin on them all by ourselves, and we're able to kill them really easily as long as we don't get MC'd. And then the fourth set, we tend to have a couple more people get on them so that we can transition smoothly into phase 2, which occurs at 25%. And like I said, you want to get misdirects on every single one of these ads to make sure that everybody can go all out with DPS and not have to slow up. The one big thing we do is actually right before the second and third ad is about to die, we will either taunt or distracting shot them so that they run over top of the puddle that's already down, and then we stack the puddles on top of each other. This allows for, it's much easier to slow them. My trap placement's a lot easier. And you'll see here I distracting shot and we kill it right in the puddle, and it just makes it so much easier when I put a trap there. And obviously make sure you can get an explosive trap if you have time, because it's going to help, even though sometimes they will not be in the radius of it, but at least they'll proc it when they spawn and everything. But like I said, I can only get a few multi-shots before the boomkin kills them really quickly, so there's not too much that I can do with that. I'm going to be bringing out a new hunter guide soon, guys. It's probably going to be really long, at least like 10 to 15 minutes, because I do want to cover a lot of things from playstyle, macros, keybinds. I know a lot of people have been asking me about that, so I'm going to go into depth pretty heavily with it. And because I know a lot of people have been asking for some updates. I know there's a few things that have changed that I do want to go over. This week I also we did Alakir, and I got world number 8 on it for hard mode. I wanted to get it filmed for you guys, but I didn't want to risk DCing in phase 3 because that happened the first time we killed it, and I didn't DC this time, and I got a really nice world rank. So next week I think I'll be able to record and see if we can get through it. And right here, guys, it's actually right after when I misdirect this ad, I'll actually silencing shot our Death Knight who gets worshipped, and I just spam my macro, and it's really quick, and you got to be quick with it, otherwise you're gonna get stacks on the boss, and you got to be really smart. So, and obviously, move out of the crashes, don't get hit. You don't want to get any extra corruption, especially because you're gonna be taking a lot of damage in the final phase. With kiting ads and making sure that you're interrupting the little ones, it can get pretty hectic. And again, right here, we're going to distracting shot and pull him right onto where the other pools are. And this time, I believe I make sure that I get a frost trap and a snake trap down, in addition to pulling focus, so that you make sure that you have enough to get a lot of multi shots off and make sure that the ads die quickly. Because you really don't want them to hit anybody at all, so it's very easily manageable. But yeah, like I said, our boomkin's the MVP on those ads. They're just pretty overpowered right now with that. And I get the instant aim shot proc right here on the final ad, so it goes down pretty quickly. But yeah, we get one more ad phase before we push it over, so we just want to control it and make sure that everybody gets on the last set of oozes so that we can transition really smoothly. If you actually have an adherent up when you transition, it will despawn, so if you didn't know that, it might help you in the future. Again, guys, we're going to be working on Sinestro a lot. We're doing 4 hours of it on Monday, and hopefully we can end up getting a kill sometime later next week. We're still learning the fight, but I think we're getting there, making some decent progress. So I'll try to definitely have a kill of that for you guys when the time comes. I want some feedback, guys. What kind of videos you guys want to see coming up? Because I'm getting through where I've done most of the heroic bosses, and I don't want to repeat. So I'm definitely going to be bringing out the hunter guide. I'm going to be doing some PvP videos and probably some twink videos as well. But if you have anything specific that you want to see and I haven't done, please let me know in the comments so that I can try and get that for you guys. And if you have any questions, again, about like Heroic Cho'gall or how we go about it, and my play style for it or anything like that, just let me know and I'll do my best to answer. You can contact me in game too. I get a lot of questions from people just coming over and making level 1 hunters. So feel free to stop over whenever, and I should be able to answer for you. You'll see here we blow the ads up so quickly. I get like 3 or 4 multi-shots on them, and it's a joke. They die ridiculously fast, and we transition really smoothly. And then the one last thing I did want to mention, guys, is if you don't have certain debuffs on the ads, for example, say you have a bear tank and he never tanks the ads or anything, you want to probably be using a hyena pet, because they give bleed damage. So when you're switching your pet to ads on, there's many fights where it happens, like Omnitron, Nefarian, Conclave, especially if you're on a platform you don't even have a feral druid over there to give you bleeds and that kind of stuff. VT, when the tank gets ported down or anything like that, it's really helpful to have a hyena so that you can get the bleed damage on ads, and you will see a DPS increase. So yeah, I did want to tell you guys about that, because not a lot of people do that, and I think it would really benefit people's DPS if they use the proper pets. And you can use a raptor too for sunders if you feel that that's necessary, but the bleed is better for yourself. But yeah, in the final phase here, guys, you're just avoiding the big tentacles and you're interrupting the little ones while burning them down quickly. Even if I happen to lose a serpent sting on the boss, it's better to get the ads down quickly, as that can really stall a kill, and it might wipe you if you don't get them down in time. We actually are able to ignore the last set here, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, guys, my pet wasn't spec for the entire fight, so I didn't have Call of the Wilds, and that was pretty annoying, but funny at the same time that we're still able to achieve a kill pretty easily, even though our tank died going right into the final phase, but we got a quick res on him, so that worked out pretty good. And if you haven't seen my last video, guys, I just came out with it yesterday. It's a full heroic Nef kill with commentary, so I'll link that at the end if you guys missed it and you want to check it out. And yeah, I think that's about it. It's about to wrap up. I'll show you guys the loot at the end. And as always, if you like the video, guys, make sure you rate it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more hunter guides, heroic mode point of views, you know, basically anything involving hunters in the current game, you know, make sure you subscribe. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.